What up, everyone? We finally got arcade block. Comic block. I knew I was going to say that wrong too. Before the video I was rehearsing in my head, and I said it wrong in my head. Did it on the video too. Whatever. Comic block. Finally got comic block here. It shipped really late. It shipped like the 3rd of the month, and it just now showed up because it comes from Canada. It's technically a foreign box, but you know, whatever. So, crazy late on the box. Hopefully it doesn't crazy suck. But arcade block wasn't too bad, actually. I didn't mind that one, but it wasn't great either. But yeah, lately this company's been kind of shitty, but we shall see. Alrighty. So first things first. Looks like we got a shirt. Smells new. Smells delicious. Alright. There's our shirt. And it looks like Luke Cage. Which is fitting because, from what I heard, the Luke Cage series just now started on Netflix. I have not checked it out yet. I'm not even up to date on Daredevil. I just finished the first season of that, and I haven't watched the other ones too, but I'm assuming they're doing the Defenders because they have Luke Cage, they have Daredevil, I think they're doing Iron Fist, and yeah, I think they're going to do a Defenders show at some point, or a movie, something like that. So that's very fitting. That makes a lot of sense that they would have that. The shirt's fine. At this point, the show is out, so he's well known now, but Luke Cage was never a very popular character. He's been in lots of stuff, but he's never been very popular in my opinion. He's okay, like, whatever. I'm sure he'll be way more popular now that he has a TV show, but, yeah, it seems like if there's not too many people that probably already like the character, but, you know, I think it's a decent design. I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's an okay shirt. Like, that'll do. Alright, next. Looks like we got a book. And it's a book we've already received before. We've received many books like this. I don't think they've been in comic block, but we've gotten them from other blocks. I already have the Wolverine one. I've gotten a Spider-Man one. I've gotten a Homer Simpson one. So it's basically the world according to that character. And it is actually a cool book. It usually comes with inserts. A little cardboard in there. So there's fun little things in there, and it usually has like inserts for pictures and things you can pull out. So it's a somewhat interactive book. So it's really cool. I like the styling of this book, but it's just unfortunate that we have received so many of them, so now I have a duplicate. And I can't remember where the other ones came from. They might have been comic block for all I remember. I think the Simpsons one came from comic block. Anyway, you know, it's still a good book regardless of that. But, yeah, you know, it's unfortunate when you get duplicate stuff. But I'm guessing this series is very popular because we've seen this type of book show up so much. Alright, next. We got shoelaces. Marvel shoelaces. Which normally I'm, like, totally down for because they're cool. But I've seen these ones before, and it's so hard to see what's on there. Like, I'm holding it right up to the camera. The ones that are in color you can tell, but the black and white one, especially the black ones up here, it's so hard to see what the hell's going on. Like, it's hard to tell what is even on the shoelace. Even though you know it's Marvel looking directly at that, it's like, what the hell? Like, you can barely see it. It's so small and scrambled. So if you were wearing these on your shoes, I don't think anyone would know you were wearing Marvel shoelaces. Maybe not even with the color ones. It'd be really hard to tell. They have too much going on in such a small space. So the design on these is not so great. I'm not a fan of that because I like wearing cool shoelaces, but they need to keep it simple. When they put too much, it just gets scrambled. Now it just looks like a gray shoelace. So that's unfortunate, the design flaw on that. So they definitely could do better. It's not the box's fault. It has nothing to do with them. I think it's just kind of a poor choice as far as like shoelaces go. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. And I think that's all like the big items. I think the rest are comics. Alright. So, let's start going through these. Doom Patrol. Number 1. This doesn't look like a variant or an exclusive of any kind. Just looks like number 1 Doom Patrol. So yeah, I don't know that too much about it. I know Doom Patrol is DC. I know that, but I don't know too much about that team, or else I'll talk more about it. Next, Vikings. Vikings number 1. Oh, dang it. My book just fell. Fan blew it off. So, Vikings number 1. This is a Nerd Block exclusive, or at least the cover is, Vikings Uprising. I'm assuming this is relating to something. It says Titan Comics. I have a feeling this relates to a TV show in some way. I feel like I've seen that character before. I'm not totally sure. but I feel like it is. But we'll look on the research card and get some more info on that. Next, Britannia. This is really thick. That's a thick comic. Dang. Must be a double issue or something. Britannia. There we are. From Valiant Comics, #1. Alrighty. Big issue. Again, one I don't know much about. They're not really picking the most popular series here. But, alright. Britannia. Next. Here's one I recognize. Keeping it simple. Supergirl. The whole DC Rebirth. And we got Supergirl #1. And this doesn't look like an exclusive of any kind either. Yeah, just looks like the normal cover to Supergirl #1. Which is fine. No big deal. Yeah. Alright. So, not that amazing of a box, gotta say. Arcade block, or comic block, Jesus, keep saying it. It's not doing so hot, and I'm hoping they're not trying to pass off a coupon as one of their items again, but I'll check the card and see what that is, and I'll do a little research on these comics because I am kind of curious about them. But yeah, so far not so great. Shirt was okay, book we already have, shitty shoelaces, not much else to say. So I'll come back with some research and we'll talk about some value on these items and then give this box a final rating. See you soon. Alright, we are back. Let's talk about some value on this box. First of all, the shirt. Like I was saying, 6.5 out of 10. It's decent on design. Quality's okay. Nothing super special about it. Recognizable character now that he has the show. It'll get the standard $12 to $15 value. Next, our book. So books are always hard to value. I always like to try to give them the value that's printed on there because obviously it did come new. It actually came with the cardboard in there. It's in perfect condition. There's nothing wrong with it. So I can trust that it's a new book. And the market price on that, the ticket price on that, is $25, $24.99. But the problem with that is books have a very high resale market, and they sell for such low prices. There's a lot of people selling them at very low prices. So you can find this brand new online for $7. So it's hard to give it a value. So it's going to get a value range of $7 to $25, depending on what you value it for. Because if it was in a store, if you walked into a store and wanted to buy this book at Target, they probably have it, you'd have to pay $25. But if you go online, you can find it for pennies on the dollar. So that's always the tough thing about books. But that's the range it gets, so that's the value. Next, our shoelaces. These are going for about 5 to 7, which is pretty much what I thought they would. But really poor design on them. You can't tell what it is at all. It's pretty pointless to wear those because nobody's going to know what's on them. So, bad call on that. Next, our comic books. So, Doom Patrol. Nothing special about it. It says $4 on there, and online you can get it for like $4 to $6. Just standard comic price. Nothing really special or rare about it. It's just regular comic pricing. Then, we got Supergirl. Same thing here. #1, price ticket $2.99. So that means it's going to be a $3 to $5 range. Again, nothing special about it. It's a #1, which is cool, but nothing special or exclusive. So pretty much just what the cost is of the comic. Then Britannia. I actually read up on this, and this seems like a pretty cool comic. It's about a detective, and it seems kind of like similar to the X-Files, basically. It's a detective that's trying to do these mysteries, but some of them are supernatural, and some of them are mythical, and things like that. So I'm going to actually check this one out. It sounded pretty interesting, but it reminded me of the X-Files, like kind of what they do. But this one, same thing, only 4 to 6. It's a bigger issue, I can feel it, but I can't imagine this is very popular. So same thing, face value 4 to 6. The only one that does get a higher value is the Viking, which is a Nerd Block exclusive cover. So these always fetch at least a little bit more, not always that much. Like I was saying, this comic isn't crazy popular or anything. Neither are the artists from what I've seen. So this one's going for about $15, which is decent. It's a lot higher than the other ones, but nothing too crazy about it. So that's everything in the box. We got a bunch of comics, 4 comics, a book, shoelaces, and a shirt. So they were saying they were going to put a lot more items in there and just feature comics, and they haven't been doing that. They've been doing more like the old style where it's been all comics and a shirt and like one other item, which I'm not that much of a fan of. There are too many boxes out there that do strictly comics. If I want strictly comics, I'll go to those other companies because honestly they have better comics. These ones kind of sucked. So yeah, they said they were going to put more items, but they really haven't been doing that. I don't think the t-shirt counts as one because pretty much every box comes with a t-shirt. And they don't really, it's like a book that we've seen a million times and some shitty shoelaces. Like, this just, there really was no effort into it. I'd like to see some figures and things like that. That's why I'm excited for the Loot Marvel box. Maybe there'll finally be a box that's comic book themed that does a good job for once. Because this one's done good in the past, but not so much this time. I kind of want it to be a comic book themed box and just have comics featured, like have one here, have one there. That's fine with exclusive covers, but the rest of them, honestly, leave it out. If they have the chance to get an exclusive cover, yeah, pop it in there. But if there's a month that doesn't have any exclusive covers or nothing rare about the comics, and they're like off series that I wouldn't know of, then just leave them out. Like, I don't care about them really, so I don't have time for those. Just leave those ones out and put better items in there. So, time for value. On the low end, 50. On the high end, 79, which sounds high, but that's only because I gave full market price to this book, which is $24.99 when you can find it online for $7. So I wouldn't really go by that price. It's more around the $50 range. So this is going to be a $50 box, and you paid $30 for it. So that's pretty much what they always get, $50 to $60 worth of value. But honestly, I'm not really happy with this. I'm not horribly disappointed, but it's just nothing great about this box. I said it like 3 times now, but this book we've already seen a bunch of times. Shoelaces sucked. Shirt was okay. The comics were a bunch of series that I'm not familiar with. And you only get one issue, so you can't really get a whole story there. And we only got one that was an exclusive cover. All the rest you could just pick up in a comic shop for $4. There was nothing special about them. So, not their best one. And guess what? They did try to pawn off a coupon as one of the items. Again. So no, stop doing that. Your coupon is not an item. It is stupid for you to do that. It makes you guys look shameful. It's embarrassing that you're trying to pawn off a coupon for your own company. It seems desperate. It seems like a desperate move, and it's making your company look bad, to be quite honest. You look like a bunch of assholes trying to pass off your own products. It's just not done in business. It's not a good thing to do, and you're making yourself look stupid. If you want to put coupons in there, fine, but don't try to give a description like you're doing us a big favor. Like, no, that's ridiculous. It's also funny on the back, this whole thing where they said, presenting shoelaces. Like it was a big deal. And it's not even exclusive. It's not even exclusive shoelaces. They took the whole back side to show us shoelaces. Presenting shoelaces. Congratulations, everyone. We've invented shoelaces for you. Now your shoes will stay on. Thank you, Comic Block, for inventing shoelaces. Thank you. You are quite the innovator. But no, took this whole back side to show off some shitty shoelaces, which you still can't even see what's on there. Like, what garbage. So, yeah. And I forgot what I was going to say now. But yeah, overall, just not that great. Not a lot on the items. And the only things that were exclusive was the comic and the shirt, obviously, because they don't pay for shirts. That's a given. But that one comic, the rest of the stuff wasn't exclusive. Which is weird, because Nerd Block Company is usually good about giving mostly exclusives. So, pretty disappointed. But I can't really say I'm disappointed, actually, because I kind of figured it would suck beforehand. But I'm going to hold out through the month of October. October is supposed to be an epic month for all boxes, because Halloween's around, and then Christmas comes after that, so I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of cool, badass stuff, because I think a lot of companies are really focusing their attention into October. Ones that aren't even horror boxes are going to have horror stuff, so it should be a pretty good month, and those boxes haven't arrived yet, so I'm pretty excited for that. Overall, though, I'm going to give this box a score of 5 out of 10. Because I just wasn't thrilled about it. I honestly could have passed on any of the items. You got decent value, but if you're trying to resell anything, if you didn't like it, you're going to have a terrible time reselling. None of this stuff's going to resell. So if you wanted to make some of your money back, you're not going to. I'm sorry. Maybe the one exclusive cover, that's it. Everything else, there's no way you're selling anything online. So the value, if you didn't like stuff, it just kind of goes in the garbage, which is unfortunate. So it is what it is, though. So 5 out of 10 on that box. But let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about it in the comments. Yes, this has been Comic Block. 5 out of 10 on the box, 6.5 on the shirt. We'll see you on the next video. I have the monthly review coming up now. We'll do the month of September before the boxes of October start showing up. And I'm going to do a few other random boxes, food boxes, and things like that that aren't in the countdown that I'll just kind of pepper in there. And I'll talk more about contests, things to come, so on and so forth. So anyway, stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Peace.